Hi everyone, Emma here. I'm so excited to show you how to make these lovely earrings. So this is items that I got in the Curiosities box, Egyptomania. So I will put the link in the description for the John Bead friend and family site where you can order your own box. Now the Egyptomania is sold out, but the new box is called Desert Caravan, and I'm really excited. I don't know what's in it, but let me tell you, each box has been getting successively more extravagant and gorgeous. Just saying. And a lot of people are very happy with their boxes. So take a look. Let's get started and make one of these earrings. Super simple. So I use some items from my own stash. So I use the ear wires, and let's enlarge this a bit. Okay, so the ear wire I had in my own stash, and then these 4mm bicones from Swarovski are my stash, and these half moon connectors. I will give you the link. You can get these on Amazon from John Bead. It's actually from the craft shop, but they're John Bead items. And just to point out, I know that some people, the last time I gave that link, were a little upset because it was $20, but it was for 3 packages of, I think, 16 in each package. So there's a lot in them, but there you go, thoughts. But let's talk about these lovely beads. So all of these beads were in the Curiosities box. They're just lovely. So we'll take this and use it as our reference here. I think my image is too big here. We're losing some of the stuff. There, so now we can see. So I have my supplies. You're going to need some head pins and some tools. Let's get these guys out here. So you're going to need 6 head pins. There's actually 5 connections here, but we use another head pin up here. If you use wire, go ahead, use wire. I don't do any wire wrapping anymore in my designs. I'm not good at it. And I love you people who are good at it because it's just not my thing. I watch videos and go, oh, that looks so easy. So we got these lovely little tiles, and there's the hole, and then these gorgeous ovals. So you'll need 3 of those, 3 of those. I have my Swarovski frosted topaz bicone, and then these came in the box as well. I've made a bunch of stuff with these already. And I did add some 3mm bugles in this section here. And the only reason I did that, you could actually add seed beads all the way through. I did that because when you add the tiles, especially these 2, there was no space to put a bigger bead in there. So I thought a bugle, but now that I'm looking at it, we could easily use seed beads. But since I have it out, I'll just put it out there. I find I love 3mm bugles. Yeah, they're just my jam. So I always have some in my stash. And I have some 15-0s, and I'm looking. Oh, I know, the 15-0s go with the bugles. There should be another one then. Yep, there is. This is what happens when I get these ready for the video, so I have them in the little baggies, and then they get all mixed up. So, like that. So let's start with this. And we're going to need one of these. And we're basically just going to take, you can straighten these out if you want, but we're cutting most of it, so it's not that big a deal. So we're going to need a 8/0 gold sew gel. These came in our Curiosities box. I took them out. They came in a container and they looked really amazing. They came in this container mixed with some 6/0 pony beads, black. So it looked really cool. The mix was really amazing. But I like to separate them and then I can decide what I want to do with them. And I just point that out because sometimes I'll show you stuff like this. People will be like in the comments, how come I didn't get any of those? You did. I just like to mix it up a bit so you don't know what you're getting. Then one of these tube beads, so pretty. And then another 8/0 seed bead, and that is it. We're gonna cut this first one, and I'm doing it by eye, but I would highly recommend you use your technique for making your loops. I think about there. Let's hang on to that. And we lost our seed bead there. That's fine. Let's put that back on. And get our round nose pliers. Yeah, we probably have too much, but that's fine. See? Oh, no, maybe not. That. So before I close it up, I'm going to attach it. So to the outer edge, like that. And I will say, just pay attention to what direction you're putting your pieces on, so that this is like really minute detail, but so that your openings of your head pins are all on the same side, just in case they're showing. And these head pins I'm using are quite strong. Let me see if I can just squeeze it a little without scratching my findings. I don't think that's going to work. Let me just... There. Make sure it's closed. There. So now we'll do the other side. So you see what I mean? You might have to straighten these. So just hang on to it with your pliers. Take your nylon pliers and pull through, and that makes them, you could do it a few times to get all those bends out, but I'm not going to worry about it. So pick up a bead. I'm going through picking. I feel like some of them are skinnier than the others. So I'm trying to, let me see I looked at the screen and it looked like it was dark. Like, what happened to my lighting? Okay. So I'll be careful to get a little more on this one. I think the first one was a little short. Let's see how close I made it. Yeah, that's pretty good. Turn the end. And we'll hook that on. So we're going to hook this on to the other end. Like that. Oops. Get my needle nose pliers and get that nice and snug. Oh, look, I put it in the wrong one. How did that happen? That is so not. That's not friendship. There. There we go. I mean, you could do all kinds of stuff. It's endless. You can grab your next head pin. So now we're going to do the two longer or the middle length ones. So we'll start with a 8OC bead, an oval bead, an 8O, a tube, an 8O, a tile, and an 8O. That. And we'll cut that one. And then turn this one as well. And we're going to open this one. Like that. Okay, so I skipped a hole to go to the next one. Like that. These were interesting to work with. They flash the light. Probably doesn't bother you, but you know what it is? I was working on another bracelet and I used faux leather that's like a gold, shiny gold finish. And I was working on it and I needed a lot of light to see what I was doing. And I was shocked at how many times I was like, oh, this is bugging my eyes. I'm bugging out here. So just close that without scratching your beautiful gold findings. So we'll do one more of those for the other side. Grab our head pin. We're going to do an 8O bead, an oval, an 8O bead, a tube, an 8O, a tile, and an 8O. Double check. It's kind of curved. There. This one looks like I must have had some shorter head pins. Okay, let me see what I've got here. Maybe just a tick off of this. Yeah, these are different. They seem smaller. And we'll open it up. A little bit more. So again, go from the edge, skip one hole, go into the next hole. And the only reason I did like the skipping was because the beads would be touching. And I wanted it to dangle, so. Okay. There we go. Turn to the back. And close that up. That's lovely. Look at that. Okay, head pin. Let's see if we can take that. There we go. Okay, so 8/0 seed bead, an oval, 8/0 seed bead, a tube, 8/0 seed bead. Now a tile. Okay, so this is, we're going to go 8/0. Then these, actually, I said they were 15s. They're demi rounds, but I find that the 15s work just as well. There's like the slightest bit wider than the ovals or the demi rounds. So a demi round, a 3mm bugle. You know what? I'm going to need a different head pin for this. Oh yeah, this is not going to work. Huh. I don't know why let's see. Nope, because I still need to put a an 8/0 bead. I don't know why I had the wrong sizes. Let me grab these. I have them all mixed in, so that's probably why. Let me see. Yeah, look, I had the wrong ones. Never mind. You didn't see it here. Don't tell anybody. I'm human. Just call me human. I'm going to straighten this one. I'm going to pretend I know what I'm doing. We're just having fun. I have my head pins. If you saw the other video, I talk about how I just, when I was organizing, I put everything in one container like this. So there's probably different sizes in this. The other thing is I was putting stuff away. I should have done a video. I had, my whole desk had findings everywhere. Okay, we could probably just grab these. Look at that. Ta-da. 8/0. Oops. Demi round. Bugle. Demi round. Bugle. Demi round. And an 8/0. It's much better. That's probably going to be a tick too long, but let's see. So this is what I do when they're too long, is I look, and the distance from here to here, I'll cut off on that tip, and then I just continue to turn it. So then I have an idea of like that. It's called cheating. Don't you know? I never cheated in my life. Just kidding. Oh, you know what? In nursing school, this was like a major, what's the word? Huge. Okay, so we're going to find the middle one. So there should be an open hole and then this. Like that. Scandal. That's why I couldn't think of the word scandal. It was like a major scandal. I think it was in semester 1. And it was huge. So you have to think, in nursing, right? You're responsible for information that's very sensitive, as well as you're dealing with people. Like, you have to be trustworthy, right? So somebody cheated on a test and it was like one of our extra courses. And oh yeah, it was like major. I understand why it was, but I'm like, oh, is like, are we really going here? Like, this is massive. Like, the dean came into one of our classes in the middle of the day, like just out of nowhere. I need to talk to you. There's been an issue. Da, 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 da. So I'm just grabbing the pieces that I had left over. I think we have enough to do our little connection here. So let me look. I think that's enough to do. We'll see. Is that cheating? I don't make light of it. Cheating is not good. You know what? When we were kids, like, we were raised in a different generation. And I'm not saying that it was good, because like, we got spanked if we got caught cheating or got, stole something, that kind of thing. But so I did my first loop, and then I'm going to add my 8/0 and my bicone, and then another 8/0, and then I'll do the second loop, and then I'll attach it. But I find, like, I don't know if it was that type of reinforcement about cheating and stealing and stuff that made me the person I am. But let me tell you, I don't have any tolerance for those two things in, like, somebody, like a friend or, people I work with. So, let alone my own standards for that. But I stole some dimes out of the kitchen drawer, and I remember getting spanked for it. Like, I don't even know, maybe I was 8, so I knew better. But I had plenty of time in my room to think about what I had done after I got spanked. And you know what I came up with? Why did she put them there? That's my mom. She put them there to trap me. It's not my fault. Oh my gosh, when you're a kid, right? Okay, so I'm going to open these and attach them. So I'm going to start with the ear wire, like that, and get my needle nose pliers. I thought they were there for the taking. Like, oh look, she left me some spending money. I'm just checking where. Okay, so this part's important. So on this one here, because the loop is up to down, that means your jump ring loop is going to go from side to side. So that's important. So in this too, you might want to make sure you have a nice kind of closed loop so that it doesn't look wonky. So that's not too bad. I think I'll just see if I can get this tilted so that it's centered a bit. There. And close that again. I bought a lot of stuff with those dimes. Just saying. Wasn't beads. Because that would have made it all right. Okay. You're wondering what the heck you just. So now this one, you see the holes from side to side again. So this loop is gonna. So you want to hold your attachment this way, and this needs to be turned front to back, is what I'm getting at. Now you can do that at the end and twist it, but that will put strain on your wire, and I've had it actually break at times. So but since we already did the loop, we're going to have to do that anyway, now that I think of it. Side to side, so this needs to go. So just take your pliers like that, hold it like that, and we're going to probably use your other pliers on the other piece. Like that. And just gentle twist. So now your orientation is front to back. And let's open this. Put that on. There. Oh, these are so lovely. So there you go. These lovely, dangly, beautiful earrings. These are so lovely. So huge thank you to John Bead for these. And yeah, definitely take a look at the new box called Desert Caravan on the John Bead Friends and Family site, and order it now, because I'm guessing at the last couple of boxes sold out right away. I think it's going to happen like that again. They are adding 50 boxes though. Woo! And they're opening up some spaces for the subscriptions as well. So if you're like, you know what, I want to go every month and make sure I get a box, then you don't have to worry about it. You're insured to get your box. Definitely sign up for that. So take care, everybody. Thank you so much. And a huge thank you to John Bead and all the designers, and a big thank you to Carmi for sending me these lovely boxes. Take care, everybody. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.